Welcome back, everybody, to 31 2000s horror movies for Halloween, where I'm counting down my favorite horror movies from 2000 to 2009. We have a fun little body horror here, a fun throwback to various other gross-out horror movies from the 70s and 80s. And so, yep, at number 11, we have Slither.
Hey, easy. What the hell happened to you, Otis?
Poison ivy out back, maybe?
We're itchy.
This movie is just a fun time. If you're a horror fan, you'll have a good time with Slither. It's got zombies, it's got body horror, it's got really gross moments, it's got sci-fi elements. It's just an all-around good, fun genre mix-em-up. Slither is a tribute to, like, 70s and 80s style horror movies, and even you could say 50s sci-fi horror movies. It is particularly a tribute to movies like Shivers from the 1970s by David Cronenberg and Night of the Creeps, because all these movies involve parasites or worm-like things that go into human bodies and turn them into some kind of zombies. There's also elements of sort of The Thing in this, because there's a lot of tentacle stuff. This is a body horror. You could call it a cosmic horror movie, but it's done in this fun way, very tongue-in-cheek, just an all-around good time. It takes place in a small town where this man named Grant, his first name is Grant and his last name is Grant, so he's Grant, played by Michael Rooker. He's married to a younger woman. They are having some marital problems, but it seems like something that could be worked out. But anyway, one night he comes across this meteor that landed on the ground, and there's this thing that seems to be crawling away from it. He gets hit with some kind of stinger, injected with something, and then becomes an alien. He's taken over by this alien parasite thing. He starts spreading parasites around to the crowd. He in ways multiplies and is able to create this sort of army of these weird little worm space slug things that when they go into your mouth, they turn you into a zombie, and all hell breaks loose. That's all you can say. Just this fun, gory ride.
Well, now, that is some fucked up shit.
We got so many great characters here. It does have that fun, small-town feel. You have our main character, Bill, played by Nathan Fillion. He's just entertaining to watch in this. He's the character you want to root for, but he also has a goofiness to him that you love. And Nathan Fillion is able to just have this goofiness to him that you just enjoy watching him in the movie without making it seem like he's doing a bit. He can be very natural in his goofiness, but still believable in his goofiness. So many great gross-out scenes in here. You have this one character who is impregnated with the worms, and she turns into this huge ball of flesh.
Something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
It's cartoony. It's gross out cartooniness in the best possible way. It's like, yeah, okay, this is getting into goofy territory, but because the movie is so much fun, because the movie is so much self-aware, you're just enjoying it the entire time. This is the kind of movie that I adore watching with friends. Just because you can have fun riffing on it, but you're not laughing at the movie, you're laughing with the movie. You know the movie is trying to give you a good time, so you're laughing with the movie because you know the movie is laughing with itself. Fantastic practical effects in here. There's some good CGI in here too, but mostly it's the practical effects, and there's some great practical effects in here. There are some great creature effects in here. You have Michael Rooker as Grant, who soon becomes the Grant monster, so there's many different stages of this creature. First he's human, then he's a little more monster-like, then he's even more monster-like, then he gets bigger and more tentacle-driven. It's a good, a good build-up, kind of like The Fly. You know, you wonder, okay, what's he going to look like this time? Is he going to look worse this time? Is he going to look even worse this time? A good hook for the audience to want to see what this guy's going to look like next time we see him.
And I'm gonna stay by you. Just like I swore I would. For better or worse.
Much fucking worse.
Grant!
And of course it's Michael Rooker. And Michael Rooker is such an underrated actor in my mind. He does a great job in this movie. He does a great job in any movie he's in. He's in Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, which is one of my favorite serial killer movies, and Henry Lee Lucas in the movie is one of the most terrifying serial killers in movies, and it's because of Michael Rooker's performance. He is such a good actor, and I love the fact that he is in this movie, and he was willing to get into those prosthetic effects, which is never comfortable. I mean, in interviews he talks about how uncomfortable he was, but he went through it, and they gave us a great monster in this.
You're lonely, right? You've been alone so long I can't even imagine, I bet.
And it's the humor in this. It's definitely a horror comedy. I mean, it's a horror comedy that leans slightly towards horror because it's got plenty of suspenseful moments and plenty of gross out moments. But it's not like it's mostly horror. I would say 55-45. So it's 55% horror, 45% comedy, because it does have creepy moments, it does have gross out moments, and it has a very dark ending too. But it definitely knows that it's meant to be fun. So it's able to mix the humor and the horror perfectly, but you still have plenty of moments where you can feel that suspense and feel that gross out, creepy, gooey nature of it. And it does have callbacks to other horror movies, but it's the right way to do a callback. It's not a callback that's like, hey, you see this scene and remember it from that movie? No, it's naturally integrated into the film. You don't need to have seen these other movies to understand the callback or to appreciate the scene. I appreciate how much fun this movie is. It was directed by James Gunn, and I wish he would come back and make another wacky, gory horror movie. The Suicide Squad is a wacky, gory action movie, and I appreciate that, but I wish he would come back and make a wacky, gory horror movie again.
Fuck me.
This, for me, movies like this are the perfect horror movies to watch around Halloween because they're fun and scary, and it's just a good mix, which is what you want Halloween to be. You want Halloween to be scary fun, and Slither is scary fun. So, for me, it's the number 11 spot in terms of personal favorite horror movies, but for me, a movie like Slither is one of the best kinds of horror movies to watch around Halloween. So, if you have not seen Slither, I'm sure a lot of you have seen Slither, but whether you've watched it or not, pop it in for Halloween, because it's a good time.
Oh my God!